Hey, 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 this is your recap Aunty. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shar. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, y'all. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming by and coming, no, stop and saying hi to me, Shar. All right, we are here to recap episode 115 of Beyond the Gates, season 1. And just so that you know, whatever you say at the bottom of this video, as long as it's pertaining to the show, guess what? I'm going to respond to you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I will respond to you. Where are you talking about, Shar? In my video series called The Front Porch Talk. It's where I respond to you. I highlight you. You are the star of the show. Yes. So that's what I do. I did it because there's so many people who are content creators who really don't take the time to really respond to comments or anything like that unless you're live. So this is like me responding real time so you can know what I'm saying and know what I'm thinking about what you said. It's like we sit on the front porch having some Kool-Aid, some tea or whatever. So I created that. So just know whatever you say is at the bottom of this particular video will be highlighted in the next video. All right, we open up. Well, enough with these damn church announcements. We want to know what's going on. So we open up. We're knocking on the door. Open up, y'all. And we are at the red door, I think, and we see Martin, Smitty, Samantha, and Tyrell. They're talking about, Martin is telling him, I would have never missed this in the entire world. So Samantha's like, hey, Pop, what's good? Hey. So they talk to the kids and say that they felt that yesterday might have been really difficult for them. And so Samantha was like, no, we were cool with it. And so they're like, what? Like meeting your mom for the first time? That was cool? So they got it mixed up. Martin said we were talking about one thing, and then Tyrell was like, no, we were thinking about you wanting to talk to us about Pop sleeping at Grand's again last night. I was like, yeah, that's what they thinking about. They ain't thinking about that lady. So Samantha was like, it would be cool to have him back home again and bring the pack back together. That's what Tyrell says. So hopefully they will let him, back in the house. So Smitty is just explaining to them that they were just, talking to each other about, whatever decisions that they make in order for them to see their mom is totally up to them. And so, like, what are you talking about? Like seeing your mother? And so Tyrell was like, we saw her. It's like, well, like spend time with her. Like Samantha was like, girl, she already came, said what she had to say. So, and she got all that shit off her chest. She saw that we was safe and happy. This is to Samantha. She said that should be enough. Damn. Tyrell was like, I sure hope it's enough. So Smitty was like, look, she did a very good thing for herself and for our family. And we need to remember that. Shit. Samantha was like, look, we don't need no damn another parent. Tyrell and I already have the best. Yay. So yeah, Tyrell is like, yeah, I mean, although Mark tells them that they were laying it on thick, he was like, look, we got the best. We got the best parents. Samantha was like, yeah, I mean, I walk past the street and they're all over the street all the time, people who are less fortunate. And it's like June. Yeah. Just like June. So Samantha was like, I know that we don't say it enough, but thank you. And Tyrell, I thought he was going to preach a sermon. He says, all that we are, honey. We owe it all to you. It's like, okay, you better preach. They go back about talking about how perfect they are as parents. But Samantha's like, you guys are definitely perfect for us. So, child, the men, the pappies were talking, having conversations last night. And nosy ass Samantha sat there and told them everything that they talked about. That if we want to live with June, whether or not you want us to see her, where we're going to meet. She was just running it down. So Mark was like, I think this girl was listening. Like, yeah, I was. So Samantha was like, well, you ain't got to worry about that. We ain't going nowhere. It's where all our stuff is safe. That's what Tyrell says. Well, why would they leave? Y'all rich. Yeah. So yeah, they'll be their parents forever. They're gonna always come back and visit them. So one of their phones had a cute little ring. I think it was Martin's phone, and so June was supposed to call. So Samantha's like, "Oh shit, I guess we have to give her our answer." So Martin's answers the phone is Naomi. She's talking about, well, I hope that you all are recovering after our impromptu reunion last night, girl. You dropped a bomb, girl. So Martin says they're okay, they're all right, they're well. So she thanks them again for accommodating them. And you can see June, I keep calling her Jean, honey. June is just looking in from the background because Naomi is calling from Orphy Jeans, our favorite spot. They better change them pork loins. So Naomi asks him, has Samantha and Tyrell made up their minds about seeing June again. And so Martin said, yep, they sure have. He tells Naomi to please tell June that the kids have decided to keep things the way they are without further visitation. Good. So Naomi was like, I see. Thank you so much. You think Naomi is going to try to take them to court for custody? Them kids is grown. Leave them alone, Naomi. And he tells her that he's sorry that it's not the answer she wants. Tell her that. So she says, I'll tell her. And poor June. June is just looking with excitement. Baby, we at the Roach Motel, and we have Eva coming over to her mammy's house. My mama, I got some tea, some coffee. And so she turns around, honey, and like I said, Leslie and that body is wearing this black and white dress, baby. It, it, I don't remember the apartment looking this big before. It looks nicer for some reason. I don't know if it's because she moved the table. I don't know, but it looks nicer. Anyway, she says, welcome, dear, enter and behold. She says, what is all this, Mama? I have arrived, honey, in the land of milk and honey, hunty. Eva says, where the nouveau riche speak in bad British accents. Leslie says, well, there has been a change, honey. Can't you feel it? Eva said, honey, everything looks the same. And so here goes Leslie. Well, of course it does. Well, maybe to the uneducated eye, perhaps. Why you changing your tone, girl? But you wearing that lipstick, baby. You wearing it. But for me, the air is crisper. This coffee will taste as of sunshine, and everything in the world is right. So extra, so extra. She continues to tell Eva, girl, look at me. See, look. Girl, I'm smiling. And I actually mean that shit. Eva says, Mama, damn, you really happy. So Leslie is like, yeah, for the first time, honey, for the first time. The two things I know that would take me so many places. Where I come from and where I'm going. That's what she tells Eva, because Eva's like, well, where's that? What you talking about, Mama? Eva was like, oh, okay, I'll play along. Okay, I got you. So, what is your next step? Well, to check on a friend of the family. Eva looking like, Mrs. Anita Williams Dupree. You see, if it wasn't for her ass, my mama wouldn't be where she is today. So, honey, we are back at the Orphe Jeans, and so Naomi gives June the bad message that the kids made their decision to not see her. The answer is no. Y'all, I went and rewound that little scene just to see if the daily specials is up there still. They still got corned beef and wings. No, Swiss. They still got that pork loin up there. My goodness, is this like one long damn day? Ugh. So back to the show. June was like, what the fuck you mean no? Like, no, not today? Like, okay, so they won't see me today, right? Okay. I mean, we can make it happen some other time. I don't mind. Tomorrow, the next day. Oh, I'm very flexible. And here come Jacob, because he was sitting there. June, I think that what Naomi is trying to say is, Naomi interrupts and says, I know how much this meant to you. Yes, y'all fault if she relapses because y'all put y'all nose where it didn't belong. All the lady needed was a roof over her head. She didn't want that. Y'all should have left her alone. So Naomi apologized again, girl. I'm so sorry, but unfortunately, they do not want to have another meeting with you. Um, she can't understand it. She's like, June is like, wait a minute. I can't see my babies. I mean, not just one last time, even just to say goodbye. So Naomi says, honey, yeah, I'm afraid that we're going to just have to leave things the way they are. She said, girl, I just need just one last time, girl. I mean, was it something I did? Was it something I said wrong? No, girl. It's like, do you know that you left them? That's a lot to get over. I don't care how much apologizing. They still can't forget the act of what you did. They can't forget that shit. And they don't trust you enough to trust you and your baby hairs to to not do that shit again. It's more than just one time meeting, girl. You cute and everything, but no. So she just kept blaming herself, and Naomi was like, no, you don't. It's nothing that you can blame yourself for. She says, well, I guess I'm living in a non-reality world. I mean, they living in that big beautiful house. Maybe I was too much. I was just so happy. Did I scare them? Probably so, honey. I wish they could just give me a second chance. And Jacob was like, I'm sorry, June. Well, I got to see them that one last time. And then uh, that's all there is to it. Yeah, girl, that's all there is to it. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't trust her look in her eyes. She looks she got a lot of stuff that she can do to them kids. All right, we at the palace, honey. We see Vernon. He comes in. He's like, I thought I heard you on the phone. So Anita says, well, we are expecting company. When I tell you this heifer is wearing this sheer feather white pantsuit just to be lounging around the damn house in diamonds. Girl, when I tell you the fashion is nonstop on this show, it's like what next year when they get their nominations for the daytime Emmys, they better sweep it, baby. Sweep it like that big old broom that your grandmammy used to have sweep the porch with. That's the type they need to sweep. So I'm wondering who's coming over. She said they expect some company. Ooh, I push play and she says Leslie Thomas. So Vernon was like, oh shit, not her again. What the fuck is she up to now? Anita says it's better to know the answer than to be caught off guard again, which is why I'm allowing her to drop by and see us. Vernon says he has some type of video meeting with the Chancellor at Banneker, but he can always reschedule if she wants him to. She said, oh, no, I forgot all about that. No, baby, you don't need to change your plans. He says, and leave you all alone to fend for yourself with a woman whose go-to is to stir in the pot? Oh, she says, since I know that you have never slept with or father a child with Leslie Thomas. And when she said that, he's looking down. Ooh. Anita continues on and says there's a limit to the damage she can do. So, have your meeting, darling. I don't need to have a hall monitor. Y'all remember that? Safety patrol, hall monitors, child. That's how it was back in the day. I don't know if it's like that anymore. I think they got cops now, right? At these schools. And Vernon is trying to read to him. Perhaps she's coming by to beg you to stop trying to blackball her. I have done nothing of the kind, honey. If she has been kept out of polite society, that's her doing, honey. He says, well, she could want an autograph, I suppose, huh? Hell, she saw you up on that stage, baby, and realizes how close to greatness she is. Well, as long as she doesn't have any type of thoughts and designs on snatching my man, she cool. But don't take my nigga. Vernon was like, oh, honey, he is not available. She says, apparently, honey, that is her type. All the more reason, baby, that you should leave her to me. And she pats his hands, honey. I got her. We back at the Roach Motel, so Eva again is trying to be the voice of reason for her mammy. Mama, I'm just trying to think that I'm just saying that we should take things slower. This is the same speech that she gave when they first arrived. You know, she wanted to change things. I do these weird pictures of them, both of them rolling their damn eyes. Um, yeah, it's like she said the same thing about them taking things slower when it came to that whole anniversary party shit. So Leslie looks at her and like, oh Lord, here comes grandma. So Eva was like, I mean, like what's the rush? And why the hell is Anita Dupree the first person that you gotta see? Deep ass, cause I can feel my mother's hand guiding me from beyond, showing me the way, making things right. Motherless child, no more. So Eva was like, but you have more important things to do, mama? Like contacting the estate attorney so you can have a better idea of what this damn inheritance really means for your future. Girl, I don't need nobody to tell me that. I'm just trying to help you, mama. Look, all I need, honey, is this piece of paper right here. So she reaches in her kitchen drawer, pulls out that big old fat envelope that Peaches gave her earlier. Is that the notification letter? Eva asks. Proof, evidence, and the only artifact from my past that has any value. So Eva was like, can I see? No, that's not for you. So she puts it in her purse and she goes through this solemn speech. Barbara didn't want me, but Peaches did. Took me, loved me, raised me to stand up for myself. Peaches knew that this day would come for me when I could look at my life in the ring light. Okay, you better be deep, honey boy. God bless that woman. You know, there's a certain peace that comes with clarity. Eva tells her, honey, you acting real different now. I ain't never seen you act this way before. Today I have been reborn, a brand new Leslie, never been seen on this earth. Eva was like, I don't think I like it. That's what I be saying. I don't like it. So Leslie tells her, honey, you'll get used to it because I ain't going no damn where. We're back at the palace. So Anita was like, I wish she could hurry up and get her ass here so she can hurry up and leave. I got other things to do that I can do with my day. You know, she want her ass to leave so she can hurry up. See a trip. Vernon was like, well, honey, we weren't exactly welcoming the last time she popped by. Vernon was like, it makes you wonder a little bit. Has something changed? Shit, she said, every encounter with that fucking woman feels like a damn test, Leslie Thomas. It does. Shit, I feel like I'll be in a damn test watching her ass. She said, and being prepared for that bitch is never an option. So we're back at the red door. So they're trying to go out for dinner, all four of them. And so now Samantha's starting to rethink about not seeing June. Tyrell was like, and she trying to blame me for it. She's like, no, you didn't. I just keep thinking about how her feelings might be hurt. That's all. So Mark was like, girl, you know you can change your mind, honey. This shit ain't etched in stone. So the Samantha asks Martin, like, what do you think? And Smitty was like, look, that is your decision, baby girl. It's not about what your pop and I want or what June needs. Tyrell was like, I mean, we know that. So Martin was like, come on, spill it. Talk us through. What's hemming you up? What's on your mind? She says she just wishes that it wasn't just a thing. But the closed adoption being closed. And she says, you know, she has regrets a little bit about meeting her. But at the same time, she feels like she doesn't want to hurt her feelings or anything. Tyrell is like, man, bottom line, that bitch, she messed up. She fucked up. It's like, look, she couldn't take care of us, so she gave us away. But it worked in our favor because we got adopted by these two men who love us and gave us everything that she wanted us to have. He was like saying, you know, she saw all of that. She should be good. So she's still looking confused. So Mark was like, Samantha, what do you want to do? She said, look, we don't want a relationship with her. That's what she tells him. I don't believe that. We already have two parents and a family that loves us. So we ain't changing our fucking minds. Smitty was like, as long as you're sure. So Martin again reminds her, like, look, you don't have to, keep your mind. You could always change your mind, your thoughts about your decision about seeing June. So whenever you're ready. She's like, okay. Well, the real thing is, well, let's talk about why we're real here. Why we're really here. Why are we here? What are we doing? I mean, so they're going to Adams Morgan to go get something to eat. So we're back at Orphe Jeans. A lot of these scenes are going to be short today, y'all, because with the kids and Martin, they're really not talking about much that's meaty. I can't wait for this Leslie and Anita meeting. That's what I'm looking forward to. But anyway, I don't skip no scenes. I hit them. I might not hit them full, but I hit them. So June says that's really something how smart they are. I mean, what does she expect? They're smart kids. Talking about how the kids are making big decisions for themselves, but they couldn't tell her that to her face. Okay, so now you being a little bit cocky now, June. Jacob was like, well, I'm sure there's got to be some shame involved. So June is like, they're ashamed of themselves for cutting me out. No, I don't think so, boo. Or are they ashamed of me? And so Naomi was like, girl, they only kids. They don't understand. Naomi, that girl is 30. And that boy is probably every bit 24. So, when was like, they don't understand. So June was like, well, somebody has to tell them. Now, if they're angry with me because I gave them up, honey, their life is so much better than anybody I damn know, girl. Jacob tells her, then you should be proud about them and the choices that you made. So she says, they just don't want to be around me. That's all, as a reminder. Throw me away and forget like trash. Naomi was like, girl, no, no, no. I'm sure they never intended for you to feel this way, honey. So June asked Naomi, what the fuck are you going to do with me now, honey? You just going to pack me up and drop me off a few 100 miles away? Because you did chase the fuck out of me to get me this far. So what are you going to do? You dropped me so far away, damn it, I can't even remember how to get back to their house, June, I know you're hurting right now, honey, and I can understand that, but we would never. No, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. So the picture just happens. She grabs her purse to want to leave, and the picture just happens to be right there. So she's just rubbing and talking to the picture. I mean, they're living their life. Their dream came true. not my problem anymore. And like she said, when she had the picture, the reason why their faces are rubbed off is because she kept rubbing that part of the picture, like she felt like she wanted to always touch them because their faces were so beautiful. So yeah, I feel sorry for June, but it has to be slow. It has to be a slow process. Forget you, forgot you, never thought about you, and honey, she just started ripping up the picture that she's kept all these years. And Naomi is like, "Girl, I know you didn't mean to do that shit." Jacob looking like this crazy. How would you know? June says. It's all worthless, she says. Naomi was like, "Girl, don't say that, girl. You might want that picture later." And she did exactly what we all were saying. You did this, bitch. It's all your fault. She talking to Naomi. Jacob told him like, wait the fuck a minute. She was like, no, no, let her talk. The waitress, honey, she looking, honey. I don't know if she was supposed to be looking, but I'm gonna take a picture of her. That's right. June tells Naomi, bitch, you the one who got me hoping for things that I will never have. Oh Lord, she said, dreaming dreams? Honey, I wish I'd never seen their faces right. Everybody was living their fucking life. I'm so sorry that this didn't work out the way that we really wanted it to. Now, if you could just sit, we could talk about this. Don't nobody want to talk. No shit, Jacob. Don't nobody want to talk. Y'all done all the talking and y'all fucked things up for that woman. Wasting my time. I was fine till y'all asses came along. Right. Why did the fuck you do this to me? I never hurt anybody. I was just living my life and you ruined it, bitch. All of it. That waitress is like, shit, should I call Orphe? Girl, go ahead and call me, girl. So we back at the red door. So Smitty got this big ass pillow in his arm and he asked Martin, what would you say about having a sleepover? So I mean, Martin says, all you gotta do is say yes. Hey, that's what he did. He said yes, baby. He was like, is this an invite? So Smitty was like, are you sure? Do you mind doing this? He was like, yeah, I feel comfortable. I'm home. Well, this is for the kids, Smitty says. Like, look, I know there's nothing I wouldn't do for them or you. Oh, Martin. Like I said, this is the softer side of Martin. He was like, and you. So he was like, Smitty said, what you say? So he was like, thank you for letting me stay. And you could tell that there was a look in his eyes. I was like, why Martin looking like that? So Smitty was like, look, nah, do not look at me with them stars in your eyes. And you could tell he did that. He really, really did show that he had like a little bit of a star, a little bit of sex appeal in them eyes looking at his husband. He says, was I? And so Smitty was like, look, this is just for the night, okay? I'm sure the kids will be glad to have you here. And they peeking like they always be fucking peeking. Back at Orphe Jeans, Naomi was like, look, girl, we was just trying to help you. June was like, see, that's the fucking problem. You come along and you give people hope. You make them want things that they didn't never want before, and then you didn't help them at all. Naomi was like, well, what about your heart, girl? And Jacob was like, look, she saved your life. She said, save me from what? Children who don't want me? A world who doesn't care? Girl, what I tell you, she's a walking poem. She says, his eyes is on a sparrow, but ain't nobody watching me. All of the poetry, honey. Finger snaps. Finger snaps, honey. Ooh. Naomi was like, what about me, June? June says, temporary, bitch. Naomi just reminds her, like, look, girl, your sister Regina cares about you. June said, bitch, you should have left me when you found me. God, dog it. I was just doing fine before your ass came. So she tries to get up, and Jacob was like, wait, where you going? She was like, hell, you got no reason to look for me. Just leave me be. June, let me take you to for Regina's. That's what Naomi was telling her while June was leaving, honey. So Jacob tells Naomi, hey, she'll find her way out of this, baby. We have to help her. Look, he said, look, she'll be all right. She'll be fine. Just let her go and blow off some steam. I have to find her, Jacob. And when you do, what are you going to do when you find her? I mean, what you can do is help her get on a different path. They might have caused that girl to relapse. Back at the palace, honey, Vernon is there waiting in the what is the parlor, and he made some chamomile tea for his queen. She says, "And what is this, honey? What is this?" He says, "Soothing chamomile. I think we should start making a new tradition, drinking sherry in the afternoons." I've never tasted sherry. Is that like a really, really expensive drink? Used to hear about that all the time about the people on the soaps, like Miss Chancellor and the Cortlands and all these people just drinking sherry. What is sherry? I thought that you would normally cook with that, but hell, I'm not no chef. So his phone buzzes, and so he said, "Oh, sorry about this." And she's like, "5 points, honey, if it's good news." He says, "Well, you'll enjoy hearing this. Martin is spending the night at the brownstone, honey." Now, Verna, you read that message real quick, honey. It take me a while to pull out my messages, and I know I'm about 20 years younger than you. Now, Verna, you know you ain't read that message that quick. "Just for the night," he tells her. She says, "Well, it is a step in the right direction." He says it's a good thing. She says, "No, you know what? I'm going to savor this feeling. Life ain't perfect, but things are real good right now for us." Vernon was like, "They sure is." She said, "That's why I'm so invested in everything working out for Martin and Smitty. You're happy, baby. Maybe you want to share that with the world." So she says, "Yes, maybe it's the afterglow from the concert." Vernon says. She says, "I've forgotten how our music touched so many lives. Something to think about." So we at the Roach Motel, so we see Leslie talking about gold, or am I silver? So she picks up some bracelets so she can figure out what to wear when she meets Anita. So Eva was like, "Mama, I really think you should reconsider visiting Miss Dupree. You know she ain't gonna listen to you, girl. Mama, she is definitely not your most biggest fan after all the shit you did to Nicole. Don't worry about a thing, baby girl. Um, I am Barbara's baby girl, and it will all be handled." Eva says she don't get it. "Okay, all right, girl. Stay with me, boo. All right? I'm going to explain this to you. All right? Stay with me now. Anita Dupree is the center of the articulate universe." So Eva was like, and you see her just doing all the hands that the articulates do. Oh, ah, boom, bap. So, all right, did she stop dancing? All right, all right. "I'll tell you. My mother, Barbara, is the one who brought them all together like little stars that they are, or that they were." She said, "and she'd handpicked each of them, okay?" "Baby, my mama did that." "Oh, and you think that Anita Dupree owes you?" "Baby, if it wasn't for Barbara, honey, Anita Dupree wouldn't be the fucking celebrity that she is today." And then she started, "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh." So Eva was like, "Okay, mama. Okay. So you finding like that your mammy's articulate is making you a second look at your life. Is this what this is about?" Leslie says, "Of course. So you think that getting with Anita Dupree can help you put together the pieces? Is that what this is about, mama? And maybe it can also help you understand who your mammy was?" Leslie was like, "Yeah, I guess, yeah, something like that." Whatever happens, mama, please just make sure that you tread lightly." Leslie touches her hand and says, "Honey, why start now?" Big girls don't big girls don't cry. All they really see is always bye. But she just loved that song. So she marching out with her purse, and Eva's looking like, this crazy bitch is going to do anything but tread lightly. She ain't treading lightly at all. You right, honey. She never has, and she never will. She says, "Well, you look beautiful, Mama." "Well, thank you. And you know what? For the first time in my real life, this is the first time I felt so great. Even when I met your father, my real life has been way better than my dreams could ever be." "Yes, Mama, that's a really good feeling. The last thing that you would need to do is start a feud with the Duprees, right?" "No, no, no, no. They started the fucking feud, okay? They did everything that they could to squeeze me out of polite society." "Is that the name of the society? Polite society?" "No, you did that yourself, girl, when you made that announcement at the fucking anniversary party. That's what you did, Leslie." Eva was like, "Honey, that doesn't mean that you need to retaliate, because, honey, if you're looking for a fight, baby, you're going to get it." Leslie was like, "Oh, you don't trust me, do you?" Eva was like, "Bitch, because I know you." Oh, gosh. "Do you want me to be happy, girl? Please, this is mine. Please just let me have a piece of the pie without your ass raining all over my parade." Damn. Eva was like, "Girl, you're just so extraordinary, honey. You're so extraordinary. So are you mad because that I'm happy, honey? That I can have whatever I want, whenever I desire it? Is that it, girl?" "No, honey, not at all, Mama. I'm really happy for you, but I really worry about good, honey." That's what Leslie says. Everybody ought to worry because I finally got mine, and they're going to pay. Mama, is that really the face you want to show the world? Oh, honey, this is, they are not really ready at all for Miss Leslie. We said that shit. Honey, this is a brand new day, honey. Vengeance is mine, and it's going to be delicious. Lord, we had Orphe Jeans with the sad couple, Naomi and damn Jacob. She said, "I feel sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I tried to help her with her life, and I've only made things worse." Yes, you did. We're not going to go through all of this. I'm sure they're just going to be repeating the same thing. How sorry she is. She didn't know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, okay, I'm going to say this. Wants to help um June processed this whole thing. Jacob was like, "Process? What you mean process?" That lady has had enough to process over the years that we can even comprehend, especially the life that she lived on the streets, the things that she's seen, the things that she's experienced. Honey, she can, this is a piece of cake compared to what the fuck she been through just to get to this point. Yeah. I mean, Naomi keeps going on and on about how much she put that hurt in her eyes, and Jacob tells her like, "No, baby, life put that look in her eyes." And of course, Naomi is down in that hole. Girl, honey, I broke her heart. Jacob was like, "No, Hope did that shit, not you." He said Hope would just do that sometimes. And of course, Naomi again, "What have I done? Girl, you're a Dupree, remember? Y'all do a lot of dirty shit." Okay, so she's talking about how June might be out there fighting with people just to, cure or heal her hurt that she's going through. So then all of a sudden, Naomi looks at Jacob like, I don't know, it didn't read well, but anyway, he read it with her silent words for him to go and check up on her, to follow her, see how she's doing. So he's like, "Yeah, sure." Like, Jacob ain't trying to do that shit. It's like, you already helped her. She don't want no help next. So she keeps telling him, there's some places and spots under the hidden area by the waterfront. Just go and check up on her, make sure she's okay. That girl don't want your help, Naomi. Why do you feel so compelled to help her? I don't understand. So that song in the background is so sad, but it's cute. So she's like, just find her, Jacob. He said, "Look, I'll find her. Don't worry about it. I'll look for her." She was like, said June. He said June will be okay. She's like, "I ain't worried about June's ass. I'm more worried about the people that she's gonna run into. Those are the people I'm gonna worry about, you, because she gonna kick their ass." All right, we at the front door, so we hear a. I mean, not the front door, the red door, and we hear a. So, Martin was like, "Smitty, are you expecting somebody?" So Smitty was like, "It might be Phil, because I was expecting we let him borrow one of the back holes or something like that." So that's when Smitty came around the corner. Remember, we saw him say last week, "Martin, I think we have a problem." So yeah, it was June. June left Orphe Jeans and came straight over there. She talking about, "I guess I should have called first." Yes, honey, you just don't come up to nobody's place unexpected, uninvited. I hate that, y'all. Don't y'all hate that? Ooh, I hate that shit. You see, I ain't got no numbers, and I see, I ain't got no cell phone either. So, and Smitty's like, "June, shut the fuck up. I'm not even sure why you're here. Didn't Naomi tell your ass that the kids didn't want to have any further contact with you no more? So why the hell you here? When I tell you that this Martin is looking nice in these gray sweats, ladies, we already know. We already know Gina Lloyd. Gina. He looking good in these gray sweatsuits, boy. I like Martin. Martin's a little thicky. Ain't nothing skinty on him, baby. Nothing. He's a cutie pie. She says, "Yes, she told me." And so Mark was like, "Look, June, I'm so sorry, and I mean that I'm sorry. But this is Tyrell and Samantha's home, honey. And if my kids don't want your ass here, then you simply cannot be here, girl." Okay, her little baby hairs is like laid good. Go ahead, June. Then we at the palace, girl. Child, Vernon opens the door. And he says, "Leslie." She said, "That is my name." Ooh, child, I cannot wait to see this damn meeting. Well, 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 so lovely to see you both again. That Leslie thing. She come in there with sunglasses on, baby. And Anita looks like she wants to spit right on her each frame, baby. She really do. I like how they gave them contrasting but similar outfits. They got the white with the patterns. Yeah, angel devil. I see you. I see you. I see you. And thank you for welcoming me into your home, she tells Anita, because Anita slowly comes to the foyer to see them. And Vernon was like, oh shit. He says, I apologize for leaving you ladies like this, but I have a video meeting right now. So yeah. Oh, so sorry you won't be staying. Vernon was like, So he tells Anita, look, keep this brief, my love, okay? Remember, we do have this thing later on, all right? Yes, sweetheart, I remember. Yes, I will. And they give each other a little kiss. He says, love you. She said, mm-hmm. You know what we mean, baby. When the man say he love us and we in that space, that zone, we mad as fuck. And he says, I love you. Like, mm-hmm. Baby, Anita was like, honey, well, I would offer you a drink, honey, but I know you won't be staying long. Oh, well, what makes you think that? Can we just cut to the chase? What I'm here to tell you is, listen, you can pass this on along to all your family and fans. I have arrived. And now that I'm here, I am planning on staying a long, long time. Back at the red door, baby, Martin was like, look, June, all right, I'll order you a car, baby, and they'll take you anywhere you need to go. And I'll stand with her outside. She's talking about, hold on, y'all, wait. There is something else my kids need to hear from me. Smitty tells her, like, look, girl, I really think you should let us be. When I close my door for privacy, my girl used to be right there, waiting on the other side, just waiting for me. Remember? I do. Trying to listen in on conversations to pick up a crumb or two. Sounds like a little poem. Didn't I tell y'all she was a walking poem? I said that shit. And we know that's exactly what Samantha be doing. She'll be around there ear hustling all the time. I wonder if she still does that shit. She's still talking like she knows that Samantha is right there listening. So Smitty is like, look, this isn't really a good time, bitch. All right? Everybody's trying to still come to grips about what happened last night. That was a lot, girl. So she's like, wait a minute, they got real acquainted with their mammy that they never thought that they would see again. Oh, and honey, it must have felt like an earthquake. You think I'm trying to tear up everything you built. And I just want you to know, baby, that is not what this is about. Martin whispers to Smitty, say, call Naomi, like now. I'm not here to hurt anybody. Please. I just want to tell Samantha that I know what she sees when she looks at me. Had that same look in her eyes nights I come home high, empty-handed. I know she remembers that. It looked like the monster under her bed wasn't just something in her nightmares anymore. It was real, with the same eyes and the same smile as mine. I know how scared you must be, baby. She just yelling all in their house. They looking at her like, bitch, didn't we tell you to leave, or we gonna have to get some cops over here to grab you? So she's talking loud so that Samantha can hear her, because you know Samantha hears every damn thing. They looking at her like, girl, I won't scare you anymore. So Samantha never came down, at least not at this moment. So she tells Smitty and Martin, okay, I'll just bounce, I'll leave. No need to bother Naomi. So we hear the clippity cloppity 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 hashtag James come down the stairs. And so Samantha was like, it's okay. I'll listen to her ass. Tyrell is like, say what you came to fucking say it and bounce. Naomi back at Orphe Jeans is calling Regina. So she was just talking to Regina. We didn't see Regina. She was like saying she might be heading her way in a few minutes. Just let me know if you hear from her. Let us know that she's okay. Then she got like I guess a call waiting that popped up on her phone. So she says, look, this might be Jacob saying that he found her. So Jacob was calling her to give her some information. So he's like, look, I haven't laid eyes on her, but I know exactly where the fuck she's at. Where? At the brownstone. Oh, she's there to see her children. Jacob's like, fuck that, no. She's there to see Martin and Smitty's children. Oh, I gotta go. See, that's what the thing. Naomi is looking at it through this rescue eyes. It's like, yes, she gave birth to those kids, but those are not her children. What do y'all think about that? I mean, I still hate that this was supposed to be a closed adoption, but it wasn't as closed as they thought it would. They spent a lot of fucking money to keep it closed, and then Naomi and Jacob just did all this shit. Jacob was like, look, just keep our hands off of it, let it work out on its own. But Naomi is still so determined. She gon' like maybe June is gonna tell them, who the pappy is or who the father is. Man, I don't like it. So he says he would go with her, and he would go with her, but she was like, nope, I don't want you to go. Nope, you stay right there. I don't even want you to go. It might be a high pressure situation. So he was like, well, she said, just meet me back at Orphy Anyway, we are back, honey. We are back at the palace, and yeah, Hicko Leslie looking all in Anita's case, and she see all her awards and accolades and stuff. So Anita says, "Oh, so you are a fan of the Ticulettes?" Leslie was like, "Well, who isn't?" Soundtrack for a generation, honey. And that concert blew me away. Oh, oh, that's nice to hear. Anita ain't with that bullshit. Do you hear me? Yes, my favorite articulate was Barbara. That's what Leslie tells her. She says, "Oh, is that right? Interesting choice." Anita says. So Leslie's like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I said when you did that little tribute to her. You found it interesting? I mean, you all seem to love her very much. I mean, all the tears and the memories. We love her very much. Okay, bitch? But that wasn't always the case, was it? There was bad blood and resentment, something like that." Now, what the fuck would make you say that? Anita says. The three of you on that stage making a big show of remembering how good Barbara was. But what a shame it was that she wasn't there to share that night with you all. All right, bitch. Explain what you want, or I will happily show your ass out. You can fool the rest of the world, but I have a feeling that you haven't changed one fucking bit. Just as nasty as you were when you kicked her out of the group. Wow. Excuse me? Oh, y'all. Y'all could never be as good as her because she burned brighter. She sang better. You don't know a damn thing about Barbara. I know that she died by suicide. Y'all know we can't say the word on here, but you know it. Suicide, bitch. Because of what you did to her and how you treated her. When I tell you this particular scene is so intense, oh, the hairs on my toes are standing up again. I needed this. Thank y'all, Beyond the Gates, because these other two episodes was all right, but this is going to bring it up a notch. Anita's looking like, bitch, what the fuck? What? Oh, let me push play. Oh, yeah. I know plenty. Then the commercials, honey. I think I remember seeing a statement from somebody out there who said that on their Paramount Plus, they don't. I said that I don't get commercials. No, I don't get commercials. It just fades out. I watch it on my computer. So I maybe because I pay the premium level, but I don't get commercials on my Platinum, my Paramount Plus. But I'm thinking about going over to Pluto TV, with the CBS Paramount stuff that's going on. But yeah, for right now. This runs about 36 minutes and 51 seconds without all the commercials. So, all right, let's play. So we're back at the red door. So June is telling the kids, "I saw that you was looking at me and it scared you, like it was a reflection of your future. Just because I gave you life doesn't mean that your life is going to turn out like my shitty life." Samantha was like, no, I wasn't afraid. Mm-mm. I used to be pretty before I had my addiction. People told me I could be a model. That's what they used to say. And Mr. Tyrell, honey, you got your math prowess from me. Tyrell was like, what the fuck? You expect for me to say thank you? God. Whoo, child, that boy, I swear. She was like, and honey, you got your edge from me too. So she explains to them that there is good in her. She owns the addiction. That's all hers, but there's no history of it on either side of the family. So she just wanted them to know about it. That's all. She thought that they might be worried that they might be an addict too, because addictions, depending, on your gene, it can be passed down or it could be hereditary. I assume, again, there's a lot of habits that we garner because of what we're exposed to. We feel like that's normal. And then there's some that we're born with, some addictions that we're born with. So, yeah. Okay, you're still pretty. You're still pretty chocolate drop, but I know that shit don't move Tyrell at all. So Samantha was like, "You had to be a good person to give us up." And so she was like, June tells them like it just hurts too much to even think about it. She said, Samantha said, you still kept the picture that you had of us all these years. That was really a good thing to do. So Tyrell was like, well, what the fuck happened to it? June looks him right in the face. It says accident. We know what she did, honey. She ripped that shit up. She talking about accident. Just lying. Now you're lying, honey. You're lying to your children, June. Girl. So she said, Regina can give her a copy of hers. So Samantha looks at her. She's like, well, that's a little bit outdated. So she looks at Tyrell. She gonna take a new picture. Oh, okay. So that was a prop. Okay, because earlier I saw Smitty standing there. I was like, why is there a picture of Tyrell and Samantha tucked in between a book? It was like tucked in. So it was a prop. Okay. I was confused because I was like, why is he peeking out the side? That was a weird place to put a prop, but she knew exactly where to go get it. Props are, items, everything that you see, ladies and gentlemen who don't act, anything that you see on stage is a prop. So it has to have some type of continuity. Is it continuity? So every time you come to that room, nothing is moved. They might dust it off, a little bit, but you better place that prop right back where you got it. So that if it's needed, you got it there to pick it up. Because it ain't nothing like having been rehearsing with props and then you go on stage and you got a show and then you got to find some money that you need to be pulling out and you can't find it. Child, you got to ad lib. You got to make some type of shit up. So that's what that is, a prop. Okay, enough with the acting class. Back to the show. So she gave it to him. Oh my God, so beautiful. For me, for keeps. And they nodded their head. So we hear of course, that's Naomi. Okay, so she tells them, y'all, I gotta leave y'all asses again but this time I know that y'all are safe, and I'm so proud of y'all, and I'm so happy that I took the time to see y'all. Pretty much, her faces, honey. I tell you, June and her expressions. She's a brilliant actress, but she's powerful. See, she's a poem. I'm telling you, nobody has to remind you of how beautiful you are, baby. You just make sure that they never forget how smart you are. See? Bars. She's a walking poem, okay? Whoever wrote her lines, kudos to you. You clearly are a poet in spirit. Yeah, you write scripts. But baby, whoever do June's lines, you are definitely a poet. Bless you. She says, same for you, Miss Samantha. She said, girl, you're going to need a sense of humor out here in this damn world. You've got one. Just use that shit, all right? He says, I'll do that. And they said, thank you. So I don't know what Naomi was thinking, that she could just come in and be a mom, but, I don't know what Naomi was thinking. But it looks like she feels proud. So she tried to reach out her hand to touch them and shake their hands. And Martin was like, take care of yourself, June. Don't touch them. Just take care of yourself. They're good. So she looked around the house and she's like, wow, my babies. Yeah, they got eucalyptus hanging there and everything, girl. So she does this dramatic exit off the set, looking back like it's Celia and Nettie and the African kids. Very, very long ass dramatic leave, but yeah. But I feel like this is not the end because, like I said, when they did their 100th episode or something, or Chelsea was asking some people backstage. She's still there, but her hair is blonde. So I don't know if she's evolving or whatever, because eventually now the kids are going to want to know who their pappy is. Y'all know that. That's the next step. So yeah, um, to give each other a hug. So we're back at the Roach Motel. So Eva is still there, her mama's spot. So she looks in the, just happened to look in the kitchen cabinet, and so she sees this old program that says about the Articulate live on stage, and you see Anita's signature, you see everybody's signature, Sharon and Tracy. That's all. Because again, Barbara was kicked out before they even made it big. Oh, now that looks like an older picture of Leslie and her actual child. But you know, you can take AI and mishmash stuff together. I think Trisha only has a son, so maybe they superimpose this child in her arms. But that's definitely Leslie. And if that's Barbara, an older picture of Barbara, baby, shit, Barbara was fine. Barbara was sexy as hell. So if that's Barbara and Leslie, then I can see why Vernon took a really good look at her and wanted her. I could see that. And but I'm thinking like in real life, that's an actual picture, like an older picture of Leslie, and either that's Leslie's mother in real life and Leslie as a child, or that's I'm talking about Trisha, the character, or that's Trisha with a picture of a baby that she's holding, maybe a niece or something like that. But I think in real life, Trisha only has one son, I believe. But whoever they matched that up with, y'all did that. So, um, yeah, we are back at the palace. So Anita was like, "Bitch, you have no idea what you're talking about." So Leslie was like, "Well, I'll tell you what, Heifer. You tell me what happened to Barbara. You owe me that. How does she owe you that? You ain't even tell her why she owes you that. That bitch don't owe you nothing. Not a damn thing, girl. She don't owe you shit unless you tell her. Like Leslie doesn't know how to follow a pattern, a path. She just jumps right from she hopscotches. You know, she don't know what she fucking want to do. Well, she knows what she wants. She sees the end game, but she don't want to know. She don't know how to play the rules to get there. And of course, that's what she says. She ain't no rule player, but she sure don't know how to play that right. If you know what's yours is yours, then you need to claim it. But that damn Anita is going to shat when she found out she be giving that girl all that money. Oh my god. And just like I said, Anita was like, I don't owe you a damn thing. Leslie was like, you owe Barbara. You broke her heart, and she was in so much pain. Bitch, don't talk about, honey, what you don't know about. She did it because of you, didn't she? Ooh. She was so tired of fighting you, so she gave up. Everything just had to be your way, Anita. So now her enemy is not Nicole anymore, not as much than it is Anita, because now it's personal. Like I said, you haven't changed a bit, bitch. All right, I've had enough. It's time for you to leave. That's what Anita told her ass. Oh, well, I'm not as easy to get rid of as my mama. I will leave when I'm good and damn ready. Girl, you dropped some nuts under that skirt, honey, 'cause, honey, please. You what? You heard me, bitch. Barbara was my mammy. So we're back at the red door. So Martin and Smitty tells the kids how proud they were of how they handled seeing June. So Tyrell was like, "You mean how we flip flopped?" Yeah. And that damn Smitty talking about, yeah, we were so proud how you were allowed to change your mind about a person and give them some grace. I mean, damn, isn't there a lesson in there somewhere that he needs to learn? Okay. So Samantha was like, I'm really happy that she came back. I definitely needed that part. That was like a closure, I guess. So they said it was a gift for all of them, to say goodbye without having any emotion, fear, and all this other shit that was bubbling up inside of them. So it was good to be able to say goodbye and it be all right. It was healing for everybody. So they said, maybe the next time she'll be more ready the next time she sees them. So they think she'll be okay. Anyway, they're at Wharfie Jeans with those sour ass pork loin on the damn menu. So she comes looking sad. So Jacob is there meeting with June and Naomi. He's like, "Oh, what's going on, guys? What happened?" So Naomi tells him that Smitty said that they'll call them later and give them some updates on what happened. So he's like, "June, what's going on? You need anything?" So June was like, your ass told me a while back that you can give me a bed and a shelter, right?" "Oh, yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. You want me to start looking?" She's like, "Yes, sir. The sooner the better, baby." I also, can you think you can help me get a job too? I mean, I have skills. I'm really actually good at things, but I need something quiet where I can keep to myself until I'm ready to be amongst the living again. So Naomi was like, "Well, I'll see what I can drum up, honey." And Jacob was like, "Yeah." Honey, June says she needs to start building up the next chapter of her life, honey. You know what, June? Me too, honey. Girl, me too. And you got to make some changes, baby, to make sure that you make them changes to your future and your next chapter. So, June, girl, I feel you. I am in agreement with her that y'all got some stuff that y'all need to fulfill in y'all next chapter. Don't let what's going on around here stump you or keep you focused or take you off your block. You deserve a pedestal, baby. Do what you need to do. All right? She got some big damn plans, and we're gonna see her grow, and we all gonna grow too. So Jacob was like, "Man, you sound like you got some big plans." And so she's like, "Yes, honey, big ones. And one day, them children gonna really need someone like me in their lives, baby. And when they do, I wants to be ready. And I want to make them proud." All right, we back at the palace, baby. So Leslie's like, "What am I supposed to be waiting for? Recognition? Isn't it why you came? You brought your ass in here claiming to be Barbara's daughter?" "I am Barbara's daughter." "Oh, well, we'll see about that." So her phone starts to buzz. Anita's phone just starts to buzz. Why, who the fuck is calling now, honey? "Yes, Leland." "And the DNA? What?" "Forward me the details." So Leland is going to send that to Anita, and then um, Leslie says, I see. The attorney just confirmed it. I still have my doubts." That's what Anita says. "Well, there is always the birth certificate." "If Barbara's ass had a baby, honey, I would have known." Leslie's like, "Oh, yeah, I would have known too." "This way. Surprise." "No, no, this can't be happening. No. You are nothing like her." Leslie was like, "Oh, because you say so? Barbara died by your hands. You better watch your mouth, bitch." Go ahead, Anita. Come on, Anita. Let's see the mean bitch come out. Come on, let's see Chicago come out. "Afraid of the truth, Anita? If it wasn't for your ass, my mother would still be here. The woman I knew, bitch, she would be ashamed of your ass. Latching onto a married man, having his child, destroying his marriage. And what about your ass, destroying Barbara's dreams? You don't know nothing about Barbara. You don't know her life. Who gives you the motherfucking right to speak her name, huh? My mother gives me the fucking rights, okay? Left me with proof that your $1,000 an hour attorneys cannot disprove. I am Dana Leslie Thomas, daughter of Barbara Mitchell, bitch, inheritor of her trust. Oh no, that inheritance belongs to Barbara's sister, who is gone, bitch." That's what Leslie's like. "She gone, honey. She gone. She bounced. She died. They both up in glory. Yes, you are looking at all that's left of Barbara's family. The trust, shit, goes to you? What you getting all bent out of shape for, Anita? It ain't like it's coming out your pockets." Girl, Anita says, "Yeah, bitch, it is." And that was episode number 115, baby. 115 of Beyond the Gates, which was a great episode. Child, I know I'm a day late again. But we gonna get it together. We gonna get it together, honey. We gonna have a good time no matter what. What a great fucking episode. The end of it was good. It was an easy breezy, beautiful cover girl at the end, at the beginning, throughout the show. But that part, I like how when stories and soap operas, we used to call them the stories ends like that. Like that, baby. because now we're on beta's breath waiting for this, what's going to happen today. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this video uploaded. I'm going to try to do all the multiple pictures, honey. Shit, that was too much work, girl. But I will have my funny ass looking thumbnail so people can click on it so they can keep helping us grow and have a good time here in my universe. Yeah, recap Auntie Shar's universe, honey. Okay. Whew, let me go ahead and get this uploaded, y'all. That was a good climactic. I will give that just encompassing the whole show. Uh, high four, teetering. I'll give it a 3.9999 only because of June being able to talk to her kids and really give them some reassurance and her wanting to flip and change for the better. So she has a goal now. And of course, Leslie and Barbara. Oh, yeah, Leslie and Barbara. Leslie and Anita. Yeah, that was good. All right. See y'all in the next video. Bye.